All right, today we're going to talk about a pretty radical idea. What if AI wasn't just another tool you use at work, another tab in your browser? What if it was the very foundation your company is built on? We're going way beyond just productivity hacks to really look at the rise of the truly AI native company. Right now, most of the talk around AI is all about productivity. You hear about making engineers a little more efficient, or maybe adding a copilot to a workflow you already have, shipping features a bit faster. But that framing, it really misses the bigger picture. It's treating AI like a small incremental improvement when it's actually a revolution. So here is the big shift in thinking. AI shouldn't just be a tool your company uses. It should be the operating system your company runs on. Just imagine this intelligent layer where every single workflow, every decision, every process, it's not only executed, but it's also learned from and improved on completely automatically. So, how do you actually build this AI operating system? How does it work in practice? Well, it all starts with one core mechanism: closing the loop. And this concept, this is the key to transforming your company from a system that's constantly leaking information and efficiency into one that actually improves itself. Okay, so think about the old way of doing things. Most companies basically ran as open-loop systems. You'd make a decision, you'd go execute on it, but there was no real systematic way to measure the outcome and then feed that learning back into the process. And what happens? These systems are just inherently lossy. All that valuable information and all those insights just get lost. But the alternative, that's the closed-loop system. And honestly, it's a total game changer. This is a model that's self-regulating. It's constantly watching its own output, and it uses that data to automatically tweak its own processes to get better at hitting its goals. This creates this incredible cycle that doesn't just fix errors, it builds stability right into the entire organization. And this, right here, just lays it all out perfectly. We're moving from this world of fragmented information that someone has to manually interpret to a world of continuous data capture and intelligent feedback. The result? You're going from systems that are leaky and inefficient to ones that are stable and are constantly, automatically getting better. Okay, so how do you actually do this? You have to make your entire organization queryable. And what does that mean? It just means making it readable by an AI. Every important action, from a sales call to a code commit, needs to create some kind of digital artifact, a piece of data the central AI can learn from. You record meetings with AI note takers, you embed AI agents in Slack, and you build real-time dashboards for everything. The whole goal is to make the entire company transparent to the system. Let's make this real. Take engineering management, for example. Imagine an AI agent that has access to everything: your Jira tickets, your Slack channels, customer feedback, even the recordings of your stand-ups. It can see what actually got shipped versus what you planned to ship and how well it met customer needs. This completely replaces those long, subjective manual status updates. And the results? Teams doing this are literally cutting their sprint planning time in half and getting like 10 times more done. It's wild. Now, this whole self-improving system, it's not just for running the business. It fundamentally changes how you build your product. And that brings us to the second huge piece of this puzzle: the AI software factory. You can think of this as test-driven development on steroids. The human engineer's job, it totally changes. The engineer's new job is to define what needs to be built by writing a really great spec and a set of tests that define what success looks like. Then the AI agents step in. They generate and iterate on the code over and over until all of those tests pass. The human's job becomes judging the final output, not typing every single line of code. And look, this isn't some far-off in the future idea. Some companies are already living this. The AI team at a company called StrongDM is a perfect example. If you look at their code repositories, there's no handwritten code. It's just specifications and test harnesses that guide the AI agents. It's a completely different and way more powerful way to build software. And this is how you get that mythical 10,000x engineer. It's not about one person being a genius coder. No, it's about one single engineer being supercharged by a whole system of AI agents that gives them the leverage to build things that would have been impossible for them to build alone. The era of massive leverage is really here. Okay, so if you've got these self-improving systems and you've got this AI factory building your product, what does that do to your team, to your org chart? Well, it means that the classic top-down management pyramid is not just inefficient, it's basically obsolete. Just think about it for a second. A company can only move as fast as information moves inside of it, right? In the old model, middle managers, they were kind of like human middleware, just routing information up and down the chain. In this new world, The AI intelligence layer does that job instantly. Every layer of human routing you can remove is a direct increase in speed. You've got people like Jack Dorsey at Block already trying to build this. He's proposing a new structure with just three main roles. First, the IC, the builder, who's directly making things. And in this new world, everyone builds prototypes. Second, the DRI, or directly responsible individual, one person who is completely accountable for a specific outcome. And finally, the AI founder, who leads not by managing people, but by building and showing what's possible. And this all points to a really critical shift in how you think about growth. The goal isn't to hire more people. The new goal is to maximize your token usage. You should actually be willing to run what feels like an uncomfortably high API bill, because that bill is replacing what would have been a far more expensive and far slower bloated headcount. So what's the takeaway here, especially if you're a founder just starting out? It means that in this new world, you have this huge, almost unfair advantage over the big established players. I mean, just look at the comparison. As a startup, you have a blank slate. You can build this way from day one. The big companies, they're stuck with legacy systems, old org charts, and years of processes they have to untangle. Their biggest enemy is their own inertia. And your ultimate advantage? It's pure speed. But here's the catch. You can't just hand this off to someone. As a founder, you cannot outsource your conviction on just how powerful these AI tools are. You have to develop it yourself. You need to sit down, use these tools, and let them completely break your own assumptions about what's even possible to build now. By building your company around AI from day one, your systems, your workflows, your whole culture, you can operate thousands of times faster than the incumbents. You really do have the ultimate advantage. The only question left is, are you going to use it?